All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Matt. I'll be your substitute teacher today. Mr. Sam is at the World Cup. I don't usually teach this class, so I had a couple different ideas. It's going to be up to you. I'm going to leave it as a democratic vote. We could either go over some butterfly stuff that some people mentioned. I'm happy to do like a workshop seminar where you guys can just volunteer stuff that you want to work on or questions or problems you have, and we can workshop it as a group. Or we can do like escapes and drilling and positional stuff and then get into sparring. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Who wants to do butterfly stuff? Workshop seminar? Drilling. Cool, so we're gonna do butterfly. All right, I'm gonna use Jason here. Butterfly guard is awesome. Adam Wojcinski is probably the preeminent like butterfly guard player right now on the world circuit. Butterfly is really fun. To play butterfly guard, your opponent has to be on both knees, which for me is the biggest problem of like being a butterfly player, because how do you get your opponent in this position, right? If you're starting in your feet in competition, I think the best way to do it is to pull closed guard, and you can transition from closed guard into the butterfly guard. In here, we usually start, sitting down, one person on the knees, one up. So it's easier to get into butterfly guard in this simulated position. And if I'm sitting on my butt and I'm like, I want to play butterfly today, and Jason's on his feet, the easiest way for me to get engaged, other than being like, hey Jason, can we start in butterfly guard, is to attack his ankles here and try to get him down and then pull him into a butterfly guard position. Once we're here, we can play butterfly guard. My feet are in here as hooks. I've got my hands here. The most basic butterfly guard sweep that everyone learns at the beginning is where you pick a side. So I'm gonna shoot in like this, belt grip. I've got a grip on his sleeve here. I'm folding my right leg underneath me, and this is the hook that's elevating him. And we're going this way, like this. We land here, my leg's still in between his legs. The easiest way to finish this pass is if I cut this hip through, and we're here. Most basic butterfly guard sweep, so we're gonna start with that one. Does anyone have questions on this technique? Okay, we're gonna go side to side. So again, if I wanna go this way, I'm gonna hook with my right leg, belt grip with my right hand, and I'm collapsing here, elevating, hooking, and then through. So get with your partner, go side to side 4 or 5 times each and switch. 1, 2, 3.
And Matt, I think one of the things you were mentioning on Monday was like, it was something, we were doing like the shin on shin, and we were like, was it an entry or a finish from that whole sequence that gets you into butterfly? Or no, is it totally different?
You can get from shin to shin to butterfly, you just have to pull them down, if that makes sense.
Okay,
So shin to shin, generally they're gonna be like this, or like this, right? If they're like this.
It was part of that.
Makes sense? I have to go
see.
backwards and pull him down.
I got you.
Yeah, so generally for butterfly guard, not generally, he has to be on both knees.
Yeah.
And if I know that, in whatever position he's in, I'd be like, all right, I probably have to move away and pull him down in the space that I did here. Yeah.
Also, once I'm out, I got the hook in,
Yes.
the underhooks. Do I want to rock backwards before I rock to the
You
side?
don't want to go backwards, generally in butterfly guard, not generally, I keep saying generally. You don't want to go backwards. The reason is, one of the ways you can get out of butterfly guard is flattening you, so I don't want to encourage that by going back.
So if I'm starting like statically like
Yep.
this, elevating
Yep.
the whole giant human is
Yeah.
difficult. So how am I getting that
Sure.
momentum?
Yep.
To get him over.
I'm coming forward to meet him, and I'm going sideways.
Okay, sideways.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't want to start to come back, because then it's all core, and against a good player, he's going to flatten me out, which we will talk about. Were there any questions on anything we've gone over so far in this initial sweep? The next thing I want to talk about is doing this sweep, what your opponent's going to do to get out of it. Generally, he's going to tripod on his legs. So we're coming here, and I'm sweeping this way. That leg is going to pop up just like that, which sucks, because now I can't load him that way. This foot is going to find it. Get it out. Show that one more time. Good player knows that he has no base this way, so he's going to make that with a kickstand. Find it, kick it out. Questions on this? Let's try this 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. Do we have any questions on what we've gone over so far? Yes.
His leg is taller than me,
Yep.
posted way out.
Yep.
I just push on whatever I can get to.
Yes. So the question is, if you can't reach the foot, what can you push on? Anything is the answer. The other thing you can do is you can continue sliding. And once you slide enough, it's going to get close enough. or his legs going to get close to you enough that you can collapse it. Yeah. Big question. Any others? Cool. Now we're going to talk about what happens if you get flattened upon the entry, because most good guard players, especially no-gi, know that butterfly sucks to defend against, and they're going to try to shut it down as soon as possible. And so if I go into a butterfly entry, he's going to push me flat, and we come here, which is okay. I want to talk about two things. One, if I want to just recover butterfly guard, if I've already got an overhook, I'm going to pull him and sit forward. And as soon as I step forward, I'm now in the perfect position to hit the sweep. I have to go immediately because I know that he wants to flatten me and I don't want to get flattened again. If I haven't established that position and I just get to here and he flattens me, the thing that I'm going to look for is double underhooks. If you can't get both under, it's fine. If you only get one under, that's when you can go for the sweep initially. If you get both, you are in a perfect position to hit a number of things. My first favorite probably is a shoulder crunch. So you can pick a side if you have an underhook, and we're gonna sit up, and I sit away just enough to get my hand in with my palm facing me. I make a gable grip, I bite my forearm into his armpit, and we come back to here. I want to stay as high on his shoulder as I can, because to get out of this sweep, you get his whole arm out. So the higher up I start, the further he has to go to get out. From here, it's really easy to hit a reverse armbar. So I'm going to keep this pressure here, slide just above his elbow, pinch his wrist to my shoulder and head, so his hand can get out, and I slide down. This comes up high on his shoulder for more pressure. I'm pinching my knees together, and once I'm here, I apply pressure so I get the back. From the top again, I get into butterfly, he flattens me. You can even do this if you only get one underhook, but if you have both, you can pick a side. A little bit of space, crunch off, pinch, pinch, crunch. Questions on this? Let's try this 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. You have questions on this position specifically, other things we've gone over?
Are you getting the pressure, the braking pressure from the knee, or from the shoulder?
Yeah, the question's about where the braking pressure is coming from on the arm. It's coming from the arm. The knee is just reinforcing and keeping him where he's supposed to be. So if we're here, I should be able to break his arm with just my arm and my head. All I really, and again, it's like finding the right spot, we'll drill it or whatever. But if you have a free hand, you can just find his elbow and encourage him to be in a place. His thumb ideally is going to be down, and the pressure is going to be here, and it's going to break his arm, right? So if I know that, I can find where that is, get this, and then this is all the pressure. I'm pushing down, reinforcing it. This is just keeping his posture low, because what he wants to do to get out of this is either build up or drive into me and do this, okay? Any other questions on this position?
Any tips for finding an elbow?
Yes.
Like, how do you find it?
Yeah, like I said, you can use your hand to find his elbow. It's also a thing where you could drill this and you'll get used to it, right? And it's like, if I do this with my eyes closed, I'm like, okay, I'm on his shoulder. I know his elbow is about halfway between his hand and his shoulder. I'm sliding back. Feels like it's about there. This hand's free. I can finally be like, yeah, I'm in a good place. Make sense? So it's gonna be a little trial and error, but like once you drill this enough, you'll have a sense for like, okay, I know, I can feel how long his arm is. The elbow's in the middle somewhere. You just gotta be above it. And your head has to be below it, and the elbow's a weak spot.
Okay.
Other questions on this? Cool, so I wanna talk about the escape. If he backs away, that's fine. You can reset, go for different stuff. If he drives into you, you have an awesome opportunity to hit the butterfly sweep towards that side. So if we're here, I've got this shoulder crunch coming here. He's driving in, okay, sweep. You'll generally end up on mount too, because he's worried about his shoulder and he's not gonna be focusing on his hip. So we're here, he drives into me, shoulder crunch, pushing. Butterfly goes. If you still have this shoulder crunch also, questions on this? Let's try this 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. You have questions on anything we've gone over? The last move. It looks really good. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
For the last move, is it more you're kind of bridging or you're kind of penduluming?
Yeah, you're using your butterfly hooks, and it's just the same sweep mechanic. So we're here, I have this here. I'm just pushing with my hook and he's gonna go over. He has no base on that side. You just have to push high enough and roll, and here you go. It's pretty easy. mechanic. The next thing I want to talk about is if we rewind a little bit. He flattens me out here. I get double underhooks. This works from closed guard too. It's one of my favorite things to do. You just pick a side and shrug. And if you can get underneath him, you're on his back. You don't really need to drill this one. It's pretty self-explanatory. But if at any point he flattens me here, he gives this up. I just look like a monkey and I'm on his back. So that's always there. The next, I gotta ask a question. If he gets double underhooks, it's a little harder to do this stuff. But you'll notice he now has nothing protecting his head. So I'm going to get a grip here, and I'm gonna shove a guillotine in, and I now have an arm in guillotine. So this is the chin strap under his head, this foot is out, and we finish on that side. So if at any point he gives up double underhooks, guillotine the crap out of him. That one we are gonna drill. So again, I'm here in butterfly, he's like, okay, blast me down, stay. So I need to make sure he stays here, pull, extend, and as soon as I sit up, this is shooting in. There's always gonna be a gap there. And if there isn't, I can pull this way, which is gonna open space between his head and his shoulder. Guillotine, this one comes out.
Are you connecting your hands under there?
Yes. I do the Sam Joseph guillotine where I make this kind of like cow hoof, and this is getting punched up into his throat, and I'm closing all this space.
Is there a way we can see it? I mean, he's covered up, obviously.
Yeah, sure. If you want to face the camera.
Hey, look at this. Look. I saw that. Oh, I saw that.
This
Look.
comes underneath.
It's academic.
I get it as far as I can, because the more space I can take care of, the best. If I stop at the chin, this comes here, crunching, this hand comes in, overlapping like that. If I get it all the way through, I make a fist on this side of his head, push it in.
Huh.
Yeah.
And you're pushing it. Okay.
Yes. All I'm trying to do is close the space on
Yeah.
both sides, however I can get that.
Yep.
And then what is the finishing mechanics of your body, drawing
Yes.
everything in?
I don't want to go away, I want to go in. I'm thinking about keeping my armpit on the back of his head, crunching this down, and squeezing in. So I'm here, pushing down, and like I'm crunching into him. I'm making a shrink shape like this. I don't want to extend, I want to close all the space. Questions on this? Let's try this, 1, 2, 3. Do we have questions on what we just went over or anything we've gone over? They look pretty good. I know people are trying to figure out the guillotine. That's one of those where it's like a feel thing. You'll figure it out after drilling it and getting a feel for it, the different finishing mechanics. Conceptually, all you're really trying to do is crunch their head down and close the space on either side. So if you think about that being the end goal, like the actual things you're doing with your hands don't matter as much if you're like, I'm trying to choke off the blood supply. As long as you're like on your side and their head's crunched down, you'll get there. The other thing is, if you don't get there, so we're here, right? I'm on the, sorry, we'll start on this guillotine side. So if we're here and I can't finish it, okay, put the hook. It's a lot easier to finish it from the mount. And here, same thing, chin strap, I'm just thinking about pushing this top of his head as low as it goes. So if you are in that guillotine, you're like, I can't finish this, just put your butterfly hook back in and sweep him, and then take his head off in the mount. Yes.
You're finishing over the other arm?
Finishing over the other arm.
Arm in.
Arm. So like,
Oh, yeah.
You're doing arm in.
yeah, like instead of like this, you're all the way through the other.
Yes.
He's under
Under the arm.
Yeah.
But you can also go over the arm. I'm just going under because we're in butterfly and we're using underhooks and super stuff. But yeah, you can finish it with no arm. The thing with no arms though is that he has 2 arms to fight. That makes sense. So by trapping an arm in, he has 1 hand less to defend. Any other questions on this? Awesome, great job today. We're going to do some positional, so we're going to do 2 minutes each in the butterfly guard. So person on bottom, work on the stuff we did today. Person on top, give them like 50% opposition. Then we'll switch, and then we'll go into regular rounds. Questions? Water, mouth guards, we'll hit it. 1, 2, 3.